Hi, and welcome to Small Business Marketing. I'm your host, Doc Angie, and I'm here to help you learn how to use the best of marketing principles to grow your business. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode of this amazing video series. Welcome to today's edition of Small Business Marketing. Our topic today is on how small businesses can do marketing effectively on a budget. And since this reflects the reality in most businesses, it's really important that small businesses understand the wide variety of marketing tactics that are available to them without spending anything or without spending a whole lot of money to build those marketing strategies. Because the cost of digital marketing is so much less than the cost of traditional marketing strategies, small businesses should really focus much of their attention on their digital marketing strategies. Those low-cost marketing strategies include building a website, social media marketing, email marketing, user-generated content, guerrilla marketing, and promotions for their business. The reason that a website is so important is because with so many people turning to the internet as their first source of information when they need products or services, it's really important that you be visible, to have a strong online presence so that when your target market searches for something related to what you offer, they find you. What you really need is what we call a self-hosted website, as opposed to one of those website builders like Wix or Squarespace. I know that they advertise those as being for small businesses and easy and inexpensive, even free. But the problem is using a website builder, you are still invisible to your target market online for lots of reasons that are probably too technical to get into in this video. But take it from me, or take it from the experts, who every expert that you will find online who is not affiliated with one of these website builders will tell you that a self-hosted website is the way to go. And you don't need to know a lot anymore to build a self-hosted website. For less than $100, if you're on a tight budget, you can build your own website without ever writing a single line of code. Between the tools that are available now and the wide range of templates that you'll find online, the variety of web hosts at every price point imaginable, you will definitely find something that is easy for you to do. If you can't, you can go to my website, which is Market Maven, MKT Maven, and you will find an ebook there that gives you step-by-step instructions and videos and images that step you through the process without you having to have much technical know-how at all. You'll even find plugins that allow you the same drag and drop functionality promised by those website builders without the penalty of not being found online. In order to be effective with building your website, you need to keep in mind something called SEO, which is search engine optimization. When people search online for something, they use a query. Google or whatever search engine you look at uses that query to find content that will best address the question that the individual asked. It returns a rank-ordered list of links to material that might address the user's concern. You want to show up near the top of that list because you know from your own behavior that you select a link near the top whenever you do a search. That's what SEO does. It helps you to improve the rank of your content, giving you a better opportunity to show up near the top of a results page and get more traffic to your website. By the way, the average website gets more than 53% of all of its traffic from organic search, which is what we've just been talking about. Every other bit of traffic that comes to you is split between paid traffic from ads, traffic from social media, which I know people in small businesses love to think about social media as being their best tool, but less than 15% of the traffic to your website comes from social media. And since your website is where you're going to convert your traffic, you need your website to attract a lot of traffic. SEO relies on things like publishing fresh, valuable content on a consistent basis, which means at least one piece a week. It also means doing well, creating engagement on social media, not just posting. Engagement is getting your community to like, comment, and share on your content. It relies on choosing keywords that match the user intent as reflected by the query that they enter. It also relies on gaining backlinks. So quality content means that other websites will link to you, and those are backlinks. They're like a vote of confidence for the quality and value provided by your content. And there's no shortcut to getting good backlink. Local SEO is a specific type of SEO that's designed for small businesses, especially because they often have a local market that lives within 5 miles, for instance, of a retail store, or within a community or a region if you're a service provider. Local SEO is much the same as traditional SEO, but you need to start by creating a profile on Google My Business, including your local address. Google verifies that address by sending you a postcard, and once verified, you can gain local traffic. The value of local SEO is that those local businesses show up before every other link in the results page, except for shopping links, which we'll talk about in another video. Content marketing is the way that you develop a stronger, higher ranking SEO by creating content on a regular basis, quality content, well-researched content, content that is sourced, for instance, including links to other high-quality websites. Those elements are probably the single biggest factor in your SEO. Content marketing also helps you to build trust with your community so that when users find your website, they feel comfortable that they can trust you and make purchases on your website or call you to perform services for them. Speaking of reviews and referrals, Google My Business is another place where people can enter reviews and referrals to your business that not only help your SEO, but also show up in a search. So when someone searches for your business, the rating that your customers give you shows up along with the link, your hours, potentially your phone number, and so it attracts even more attention. Content marketing is not only a way to attract customers to your website, but it's a way to convince them to convert once they get to your website by giving them reasons that your product is better than alternative products at solving the problems that they face, providing suggestions for how to use your product to get more out of your product, things like providing recipes, providing how-to instructions, really helps to market your business. For instance, King Arthur Flour was a very, very small flour company in the pre-internet days, but they were very quick to latch on to the notion of content marketing. And by providing variety of recipes, by hosting recipe contests and baking contests on their platform, they grew to compete with the bigger companies like Gold Medal. Social media marketing, especially paid advertising on social media, is a really good tool for small businesses. Relying on what's called organic social media, which is just posting on social media and hoping that you will attract customers to your store or to your website to convert, used to be a good strategy. But since all of these companies have gone public and they have to answer to stockholders, they've put their emphasis on revenue, which means that organic social media traffic has nearly disappeared. So the advantage of using paid social media is that you're allowed to really refine your target and only reach your target market. This is much more effective than what we call spray and pray, which is what traditional marketing does. This makes social media so much more effective and less expensive than traditional advertising because you can laser focus your ads on just your target market using social media advertising. Your cost per conversion is much lower, so it's much more effective. Traditional media was kind of a spray and pray where you might reach a lot of consumers, but only a small fraction of them might be part of your target market. This spray and pray is even less effective for small businesses because they usually have a much smaller target market, often a regional target market. And so even lower cost TV advertising, local radio, for instance, are less effective because they still reach a lot of people who are not part of your target market. Email marketing is probably one of the best tools that a small business can use because email marketing returns about $36 for every dollar that you spend on the program. However, it is a more complex strategy in that it's two-pronged. First, you have to build your subscriber list because in the US, much of Europe, and other developed nations, there are privacy regulations that keep you from buying or sharing someone else's email list. Thus, you must create your own list. Then once you have a subscriber base, you need to send periodic messages that can convert that list, that can build your community, and that can attract your customers and your target market to your website. User-generated content used to be referred to as word of mouth in the pre-internet days. Users trust other users, and that's what makes user-generated content so effectively. So putting in contests or other types of encouragement for your customers or your community to post about your business are particularly effective. Also, because social media users often have friends and other connections that are similar to them, it's more likely that they represent your target market as well. For instance, when my kids were at the orthodontist used to give the kids a t-shirt that promoted his business. And every month he gave away an iPad to someone at random who posted a picture on social media of them wearing their t-shirt in some unique place. It was a great tool to spread the word because all of these kids have friends who are also getting orthodontia. Guerrilla marketing isn't a digital marketing strategy, but it's very effective. Guerrilla marketing involves doing things like sidewalk chalk near businesses that attract a lot of attention, near office parks, or in other locations where you might have a lot of heavy traffic. You can also do things like use vehicles that are wrapped with your business logo or sign. I have one up on my website where someone advertising the local zoo had a bus wrapped in a huge snake image. Obviously, it's going to attract a ton of attention. Promotions are another non-digital marketing strategy, but also very effective. Promotions are things like t-shirts, hats, notebooks, all kinds of things. Your creativity is the limit in terms of what you can develop within promotions. The promotions that are going to be more effective, however, are promotions that will show up in public rather than things that people will use in private. That's why hats are much more effective than things like a notebook that someone might keep at home. In the old days, when people put calendars up in their offices and their customers saw the calendars, it might have been a way of advertising. So if you were a bank, for instance, you might give all of your commercial customers a calendar and hope that they would put it up in their business to be seen by their customers. It's a little less effective now, but it's still something to consider. Remember, you just want strategies that will be seen in public with running your promotions. And that's it for now. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an issue of small business marketing, and we'll have another episode for you next time.